So hello everybody, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you right now about several topics at once. I use there has been no water in the water pipe for several days. So basically, those people that did not have water tanks are kind of screwed all over. Me, quite frankly, I am screwed because I did not ration my water tank because I didn't care, because I thought that they were going to fix the problem that they were having. And I thought that this was, going to be kind of temporary. And this is a mistake that is costing me now not everything, because quite frankly, I already have a backup plan in case of this thing happen, but I don't have an emergency plan for if the backup plan doesn't work. So basically, if my backup plan doesn't work, I'm screwed. But I have a couple of days before that happens. So anyway, I wanted to share with you some of the ideas that I'm writing in my next book, because quite frankly, it's one of those things. I am doing the book on blackouts and what are you going to miss the most, and what are the things that you really want to have, taking care of, kind of thing. So kind of like I don't know how to put it, but kind of like a change of your perspective, because, otherwise you might be screwed. You can't think like you are thinking with logic, because every single person will be thinking the same thing as you, and that is going to create a problem for everybody else. So before I continue, I wanted to remind you that down below is my email in case that you want to help me out by sending an Amazon gift card. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that one. So here I go. When there is a blackout and you have, no water, no electricity whatsoever, the first thing that you have to understand is that the first thing that you want to do, like I've said before, is call other people to see what the extension of the problem is. I mean, come on, if for example, the problem is only in your building, then basically you're screwed in your building, but you're not screwed everywhere. So you could go to your sisters, friends, whatever, and no problem. So no mayhem whatsoever. I mean, you might have a problem in your building, and a lot of things won't work in your building, like you trying to figure out if it is worth going downstairs, because if you go downstairs and there is no electricity when you come back, you're going to have to, walk through the stairs, the 13, 14, 50, whatever floors you have in order for you to get there again. So basically, if you live, in a 10th floor and you need water, you're going to have to walk and get that, because if there is no power, the elevator is very likely not going to work. Now, let's say that the extension of the problem is more. Let's say that it is your whole community. At this point, some preppers have said, okay, fine, you can use the disposable, things that you have. Meaning, you were supposed to stock up, on paper plates and canned food, so that you don't have to cook, so that you don't have to clean, and so that you don't have to spend that much water or whatever. Yeah, except for one thing. If there is no water, do you, honest to God, think that you are the only people that have no water? Okay, let me rephrase that so that you can get my point. Trash services depend upon people, okay? I mean, I haven't seen, even in Japan, they don't have robots that will go everywhere trying to collect trash. That depends upon people. Those people also require water, just like you. If they are busy trying to get water, which, by the way, it will be everyone's, everyone is going to try to get freaking water everywhere. So basically, everyone is going to be doing the same thing. Do you think that they are going to show up for work? do you honest to God think that, they don't have a family and they don't need to collect water or whatever? Unless you are paying them with water or food or something, they are not coming. And so if you have a lot of trash that is filled with food because, you didn't clean them, what do you think is going to happen with all of that trash? If you put them, let's say you have a house and you put them in front of your house, yeah, that thing is going to attract a lot of animals. And it's going to attract also a lot of other people's attention. Because if you are the only one that is throwing into the garbage a lot of canned food and a lot of plastics, while everybody else is like, okay, we're screwing up, we don't know what the hell to do, but this guy is the only one that has things kind of like set up already, what do you think that's going to happen? So let me explain this, so that you can get it. I did a video on how bad it gets if you have a community of preppers that, let's say that your whole building is eating canned food and then everybody is using canned food. Canned food is made out of metal, and the metal, has a lot of things that, that are attached to it that you don't think about until there are a huge, amount of problems related to this. And then basically you will have to bug out, because it can get really, really, really bad. And when that happens, people that have the chance, usually, if you have like, honest, like even the small amount of money that you can get, people will just leave. Unless, you are extremely poor and you actually have no choice whatsoever. For example, if you are a single person that has nothing and you can't go anywhere, or if you are like a couple that will not go back to their houses or whatever, then basically, you're kind of screwed. You are there and you can't move. But otherwise, you're leaving. So what am I trying to tell you about this? Well, is the fact that you need to approach this in a different kind of way. And you may be thinking, so if I can't cook because there is no water and there is no electricity, then how the hell do I do? And you don't want me to produce any trash or something, then what the hell do you want me to do? Well, I'm going to tell you right now that most people, and I do mean most people, like all the people that could, when there is a huge blackout, national blackout or whatever, obviously the first thing that people did was buy all the freaking ice that you could get. I mean, it was 9 a.m. and there is in my city, ice? Yeah, right. It's like me trying to go to the moon in a balloon or something like that. Not happening. So you can't get ice. So if you're going to prepare for a blackout or something like that, I will suggest that first of all you buy a freezer and then with frost, and then you get ice from there, meaning that you will get cold things through the ice. I know it's not going to work for several things, whatever, it might be a problem, whatsoever. Yeah, but it's better than nothing. And so your first priority is always going to be, kind of like getting ice so that you can, take care of the food and the cold water and all the other things that you want. So your second priority, and for this you need time. You want to go to your 4 or 5 favorite restaurants. Yeah, I know. You do not like going out, you do not like other people cooking, whatever. You're right. So pick your poison, because I don't care, it's just a matter of picking your poison. You either go to a freaking restaurant, so that they have to deal with the trash and the cleaning and the whole water situation, whatever, or you deal with those things. Pick your poison. And this place is, you have to think, money is renewable. You can always find a way to make money later. But water, yeah, right. Because water is just, it's just floating, and all you have to do is, breathe, and then you can get water. Yeah, right. So, point being that you need to think about what is renewable and what is not renewable. Money, renewable. Water, not so much. Food, renewable. And then you're like, no, it's not renewable. It's not like it's going to go on the street. Oh, hell no, because there is a lot of people that will be trading food or whatever for things that, you might need or whatever. And quite frankly, everyone has food in everywhere. Like literally everywhere. There is food. The problem is getting to that food because no one has money to get it. And I do mean that. Do you think that that food, come on, every single person that you know is probably working out on some form of making money so that they can get food. Because food is one of those things that will always flow. There is people that will work with food. There will be transport, there will be people producing in gardens, there will be people that store it, there will be people that will be, selling it in supermarkets, in bodegas, and everywhere. Unless you're telling me that the whole thing blew up, like literally an explosion that blew up everything. And then, okay, at that point, I can tell you right now that no one will have food. But other than that, oh, hell no, food is flowing. It's kind of renewable. You can set it up like sort of renewable. It's not going to be renewable every single day, but it's renewable. But water, oh, hell no. Water is one of those things that you have it or you don't. And that's it. So, you want to talk to 5 restaurants, your favorite. And then you want to talk to the manager and the owner, if possible. And you want to ask them if they have generators and if they have water tanks. And write it down. And if you can convince them to buy water tanks and stuff like that, or have an emergency plan for, getting their food together or whatever, then basically you not only will be helping them make money when things happen, but you now can be certain that when bad things happen, you don't have to do anything at your house. You don't have to produce trash. You don't have to deal with bad things. Because you have money, you can go to those restaurants. That will be your priority. Because if your priority is thinking, okay, I can deal with this thing on my own, yeah, right. My question is, how the hell are you going to deal with the trash? Trash is going to be your worst nightmare. Hell, your 3 worst nightmares are going to be not having water because of the problems with the toilets. And the problem with number 2, which is doing the dishes. Quite frankly, doing the dishes with no water, oh crap, I swear I would rather be carrying buckets all over than doing the dishes with the freaking water, in dishes. It's just, okay, if you can avoid like 10 things in your house, that will be like the number 1 that you really, really, really want to avoid, unless, you're dealing with an emergency sort of thing, like the toilet just, got damaged or something. But other than that, like common activities, oh hell, that one, I swear every single person that I know will try to avoid that thing. Because dealing with that is just, number 1, you have to be very careful because you will break things. And if you break them with no water and then no electricity, oh crap, that is just, okay, especially if you have kids. Number 2 will be the problem of you changing the water all the time. So you have to stop, you have to go get water, and you have to have somebody that will help you out, which means that basically now you will have 2 or 3 people in the kitchen bumping into each other because you can't stop. And all of the things that you were doing it, one person with machinery and easiness because, good your water running from the pipe, no problem. But now you need 2 or 3 people. And if you're dealing with 2 or 3 people that are dealing with the same thing and they are all stressed out and tired, oh crap, you will be bumping into each other, which means that basically you are going to have to clean 4 times more. Why? Well, have you ever tried carrying buckets all over the place? Right. You are going to drop, water wherever you're walking with the bucket. Okay, unless you're telling me that you're an expert and you are like, okay, whatever. Yeah, well, like I said, you're going to be bumping into something or bumping into whoever person, especially the people that are used to the idea of moving around. Yeah, they will be walking backwards, and if they do, then you have accidents, and the water that you just drop in the floor without notice is going to make it slippery, and then you have accidents all over the place. So, hell no. You want to avoid doing the freaking dishes. That is like the thing that you really, really want to avoid. And especially because when you're putting things like knives, I mean, in the beginning, there are people that are going to throw everything in there. And then you are grabbing the things to clean. Yeah, you just grabbed a knife and you cut yourself. Yeah, that's happening a lot. So, like I said, just avoid that one. If you want to avoid that one, you need to go to a freaking restaurant. And you order, takeout. And yeah, I know that's going to produce a lot of trash, but here's the deal. You can order the takeout and actually sit down in the restaurant and then leave that thing in the restaurant. Or you can go to a mall and do that. Meaning you can go to the mall, eat the thing in the mall where you probably have, some sort of electricity to charge your phone. And, you can deal with that way. You need to think like I said, priorities. Things that you can renew, meaning money and food to a certain extent and whatever, you renew. You never ever spend the things that you don't have a way to renew. Those are like, no. For example, medicine. Oh, hell. Medicine? Yeah, right. Because your neighbor knows how the hell to make medicine. Yeah. Because, you can have a neighbor that have a garden. Meaning, hell, you can have a garden. Meaning, you can have food. Everyone can produce food. But have you seen someone that can make medicine in their house? Yeah, not happening. So, medicine is one of those things that you don't renew. So, you need to think in those kind of terms. And you gotta think about also something else, which is that when you go to places that are cold because they have air conditioner, if there is no power, they might be running on generators, but those generators are not going to work for air conditioners. Most of the time, they just won't. And you're thinking, why? Well, let's see. If you have a generator for a whole mall, do you think that the generator is fixed on everyone's air conditioner? Yeah, right. Hell no. What they do is they put lights on their charger for the phones or some sort of communications for the devices that you're supposed to work for paying and stuff like that. It's just you get by with the bare minimum. It's not premium services that you will get with generators. So, some places will have air conditioner. Yes, like certain malls, very high classy malls, they will have a special generators for the air conditioners. But even then, most people will not be allowed there unless, you are kind of like dressed up and things and whatever and, So you have to figure out how the hell to handle these if you're looking for the air conditioner or whatever. So whatever. My point is that you need to think about this, because if you are thinking about surviving on your own and using your resources like I did, yeah, I would like to see if your resources can last you a week without you not having to go someplace else due to trash, due to a sewer problem, and due to like a hygiene from your neighbors. Because you're assuming that, okay, we're going to be fine because I am fine. Yeah, right. Try that if you live in a building. Right. I mean, come on. Do you think that your neighbor is fine? If your neighbor is not fine and you live in a freaking building, then you're screwed. Because that neighbor is going to screw up. And if your neighbor screws up, it's going to affect you. You're thinking, oh, hell no. Yeah. Try your neighbor, trying to figure out how the hell to connect a propane gas because he doesn't know, he has never cooked before, and now he's using a propane gas for the first time, and then he blows up his apartment because he didn't know how to put up the cylinder. So yeah, it's going to affect you. And like I said, people are just not you. Some people will be very good at handling emergencies. Others are going to be thinkers. And others are going to be doers. And others are going to be clueless. And when you're clueless and somebody tells you, all you have to do is this, yeah, right. But, when you're talking to people how to do this, you're not telling them how not to do it. And people will usually go for the way of not doing it. Hell, come on, we are in the 2020, year. And we are teaching people how the hell to wash their hands. Do you, honest to God, think that we are better? Or we are okay? Come on, think about it. Kids that are 3 years old are taught how the hell to wash their hands. But now you have to teach this to adults because people don't know how to wash their freaking hands. So do you, honest to God, think that they are going to be able to handle, electrical emergencies? Like, do you think that they are going to be handling fire emergencies? Do you think that they have enough water stored in things and they are able to filter it and clean it and distill it and all these things? Just because you do? Right. I forgot. Because, you think that everyone has kind of like the same standard of education? Yeah, right. I'm sorry, but we don't. It's like me, I'm a nerd. I keep telling people, oh no, I'm a teacher and I'm kind of like a nerd. And I am very good with technology because I could do programming and whatever, but I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And in fact, I was offered, several career choices for that. And then I went, oh, hell no. Because I am very logical and I have a way of thinking that is different or whatever. So I approach things in a very weird way, whatever. So, but, my point is that I hate it. And my point is that there are people that absolutely love it. And if I was to be in a team and they were like, yeah, we need to fix this computer with this thing, and then I will be like, oh crap, I hate it, I'm not doing it. But there are going to be other people that are like, oh yeah, I can fix that for you, no problem. So you need to figure out what the hell is your strength, and you need to figure out what is your neighbor's strength so that you can help them and they can help you. Because there is no way in hell that you're going to tell me that you can fix the trash problem. You can fix the sewer problem. You can fix the electricity problem. You can fix the communication problem. You alone can fix the money problem, and then you're going to fix, your social problems, and then you're going to fix the community problems, and then you're going to fix, the morality, spirituality problem, and then you're going to also fix the problems with medicine and the problems with food for everybody else. Oh, come on, I can tell you right now that there are over 15 categories of problems that you have to figure out how the hell to handle. And there is no way in hell that you can do it. I'm just telling you, no, you can't. You are not freaking God. And you should be thankful, that you're not God, because otherwise, if you're God and, God cannot say, oh yeah, I have a problem. Oh, hell no, he cannot say that. He says, he's God. He cannot say to anybody else, oh yeah, I have a problem. Yeah, you can fix it. Hell no. If you're God, you're supposed to fix it by yourself, alone. So do you really want to be like that? So no, you need other people's help. And you need to figure out who can help you. Oh, and by the way, if you're thinking that you can get the cash that you need for all of your needs or whatever, yeah, right. That is going to be probably be solved, guess by whom? That right. Probably the neighbor that you absolutely hate. That guy probably has a lot of cash. Because usually the people that can help you the most are the ones that you hate the most. So you need to figure out how the hell to make it balance and how the hell to make it work. And you do that, again, by thinking what is renewable, what is not, and then what is your strength and what are the people's strengths that are with them. And that's it.